Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, another car vlog. I know you guys like car vlogs. I mean, what's not to like? You're driving out, you're enjoying the ride, and one thing I definitely will say I like about driving, and especially for the people who don't drive yet, like teenagers or just people who just haven't got their license, you don't realize the freedoms of driving. You don't realize how much freedom you have, where you can just get in your car and just cruise, and you don't have to worry about anybody telling you can't go there, or you can't put in your own music and bump it while you're driving. And that's a freedom of driving. And ever since I got my license and my Toyota Celica, I've been enjoying just riding out and driving. But I am getting ready to head out to St. Augustine, Florida with the family. I went to go get something to drink before we left. But I definitely will say that, man, there's nothing like just driving. You don't have to ask your parents for your car. You don't have to ask your friends to pick you up. You don't have to rely on people. It's called you're being independent, is what you definitely are. And being independent is everything, man. You don't want to be depending on like 3 or 4 or 5 different people every day. And there was a person I used to talk to, and she used to work at the zoo here in town. And I would be like, how do you get to work? She goes, I have to get a ride. And where the zoo is, it's really far out there. It's like out in the middle of nowhere, basically. Like, you don't really just drive out there just to drive out there. And I was like, are you planning on getting your driver's license? She goes, nah, I'm cool. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I don't need to drive. I get rides. My family gives me rides, or I ask for a friend. Like, is there any time where you can't get a ride? She goes, yeah, there's been times where I have to call in sick just because I can't get a ride. That's the point of you drive your own vehicle. You don't have to rely on Jimmy down the street, or your mom to get up out of bed, or your mom have to maybe take off from work, or say, hey, I can't take you to work today because I have to work at 9 in the morning. But overall, like I said, I'm heading out to St. Augustine, Florida. If you don't know what that is, it's the oldest city in America, and I love experiencing new things and enjoying new things. And going to see St. Augustine with my brother is going to be a phenomenal experience. He's never been there. He's never experienced it. I just got to see what he likes and see what he enjoys, you know. This experience for him coming to Florida is maybe an opportunity to see if he wants to either move here to Florida or continuously stay out in California. For me, if I had the opportunity to go back to California and live, I probably would do it. Just based on the fact that Florida, for me, is not everything I want in a living situation. Yeah, my family is here. I have some friends here. One of my best friends lives in Old Town, which is about 2 hours from me, which I have no problem with him living about 2 hours from me. I don't mind driving. That's why I said the freedom to drive, and I could drive and see him whenever I want now. It's just the fact that I like mountains and I like 4 seasons, and Florida doesn't offer 4 seasons. It offers moderately, like, kind of like right now it's in the it's about 50 degrees, which is the cold for Florida. Then you got in about, I would say, March, you get warm weather. Then May, it starts to get really hot, and then in July, for the rest of the year, it's hot, humid, and it's muggy, and it's disgusting. You go outside and you're just covered in sweat. Sometimes if you're outside filming, like a video, it's so humid out, your camera fogs up. That's how humid it is. And for all you people, I love to come. No, you don't. You don't want to come to Florida when it's hot and humid like that. It's because the reason why I miss that exit every time is because when I'm coming up, it comes up so quickly, and I have the sun blaring in my face. What I was saying is, one place I've always wanted to see is Denver. And from what my friend said, she said it was one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Well, my dad said it was one of the most enjoyable places that he's ever seen. And like I said, I've always wanted to see Colorado and see what it has to offer. Because I'm not saying just for the smoking the weed, because I don't smoke weed. I'm just saying it for the fact that I would want to go and enjoy the actual situations of what it has. You know, the mountains, the snow, the colder weather, and everything like that. But I always think you either go big or go home. And what I mean by that is, if you want to make a decision where you want to travel or you want to go somewhere, make it happen. Don't just talk about it. Actually make that reality happen. Because too many people in this life procrastinate on the fact that they talk about something. They talk about it. And it's like, you're just talking. You're never going to do it. And it's like the boy who cried wolf. I'm a dude who really wants to travel, and now I got my own ride, and I'm getting it fixed up. And once I get it good enough fixed up that I can road trip, I'm going to use this car to road trip. And a lot of people are like, you road tripping a Toyota Celica? That's not a road tripping car. Because I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where people are like, I wouldn't road trip in that. Well, why? Why not? It's a comfortable car. It gets extremely good gas miles, like 29 or 30 miles a gallon on the highway. That's actually pretty damn good for a 2001 vehicle. You can see that, for an example, ever since I got this car about a month ago, I put on, how much of that? Almost 700 miles. Especially where I live, it's easy to put on 20 miles or 40 miles just going back and forth. Like from when I go work out at the gym, it's like 15 miles there, 15 miles back. So I'm doing like 25, 30 miles a day, just going back and forth. But like I said, I definitely love to drive, and I definitely love to travel, and I definitely love to see different things. That's why like I said before, I don't mind going to see my friend who lives an hour away. And people are like, what? He lives an hour away? I'm like, no, he lives 2 hours away. And I go see him about maybe once a month or once every couple months, just because we want to hang out and shoot the shit and go do stuff. Now that he has a vehicle, we can actually go out and enjoy road tripping and going places without having to go, well, I gotta ask my dad to use his ride, or he's gotta ask his brother, his mom, his dad, hey, can we borrow the ride to drive to Jacksonville? And she go, nah, I ain't driving 2 hours. And you go, oh, well, I can't drive, dog. And that's the same thing with me. I'm glad that I could drive and go wherever I want, when I want. And look at this. I've gone probably like 150, 200 miles, and I'm still not even using a lot of gas. This thing's a beast on gas. Loving it.